has long been seen as a chronic condition that is both progressive and irreversible. But recent evidence suggests that that might not be the case. With a strong lifestyle intervention, we can actually go into diabetes remission. A randomized control trial over the course of 3 months involving 72 middle-aged participants with type 2 diabetes mellitus that were on anti-diabetic medications or taking insulin, provided either the Chinese medical nutrition therapy diet, which consisted of 5 days with calorie restriction at 840 calories a day, and then 10 days eating ad libitum or as they desired, versus a control group that just ate ad libitum the whole time. The results showed the CMNT group had reduced fasting blood glucose levels. They had reduced body weight. No surprise there. Only 840 calories, right, for 5 days straight is some pretty severe calorie restriction, especially for someone with a typical morphology of type 2 diabetes, I'm sure. And very interestingly, half of those in the CMNT group over the course of the 3 months went into remission and ceased the usage of anti-diabetic medication. I mean, how fantastic is that, and how exciting is that, right? We see diabetes as something where we have to take insulin, we need help processing sugar, right? We've abused this mechanism. This biological machine has failed over time with too much sugar intake, and long story short, you need to take something that's going to help your body do that. But what if we can get to the root of the problem and we can just correct how the body's processing everything and ditch the medication? That sounds like a pretty good option to me. I don't know about you. So I think it's definitely worth a go. Now, again, they did that. I want to reiterate, it wasn't every day that they restricted the calories here. There are many forms of calorie restriction, intermittent fasting, having low-calorie ketogenic diets that have shown benefit for all sorts of diseases and disorders, right? From neurological stuff to, metabolic stuff, right? But they did that only for 5 days, and then 10 days they ate pretty much as they regularly would. Now, they regulated what types of foods they ate, so that's a big thing. I don't want it to seem like they ate for 5 days, and then the next 10 days they had bags of candy, right? And they had soda, and they had all these baked goods and all this shit. Well, it wasn't quite like that. You can look at the trial if you want to. It's on Examine. Maybe we'll post a link, but that's what we got for you guys. I thought it was pretty cool that, they did that, and, from the 5 days of calorie restriction and then 10 days eating what they wanted, right? So that's 15 days total. They did it 6 times over the 90 days, right? That put half of them into remission. I mean, that's just crazy. People look at type 2 diabetes as something they're going to have for the rest of their life, and you're a slave to insulin. And this is different than type 1, right, which is an autoimmune attack on the islets of Langerhans, which contain the beta cells and alpha cells, which produce glucagon. But we're focused on the beta cells here. In type 1 diabetes, that autoimmune attack reduces insulin production. It's a malproduction issue or an absence thereof, right? And so we can't process glucose properly, whereas with type 2 diabetes, it's an abusive mechanism over time, right? And that can be corrected, we are now seeing. And I'm sure we're going to find out a lot more about type 1 as well, and the true causes of these autoimmune diseases in general, as most of them have an etiology or cause that is unknown. So tomorrow we're going to talk about a study done on type 1 diabetes and fat intake in children, and we'll see if that makes a difference in their odds for developing type 1 diabetes mellitus as they age. Thanks a lot. Have a great rest of your night. That's all we got for you, folks. Happy Wend Wellness. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Thanks. Let's see what we got on here. Say what's up to the people. I can't turn it around. I can turn it around. We got a new setup down here. How you guys doing? Fresh new sign. Compliments to Maxie. Help me set all this up. Junior Castillo, what's up? D42311, what's up, son? Pineapple Juice. How you doing, my friend? Jason at Meraki. Don't have tons of pineapple juice if you have type 2 diabetes, lots of sugar. Nega CW, B Brazil. Ricardo RMN, Luway. Brandon Malone, what's going on? Willie Isaac, Kevin Holmes. Love myself. I'm so glad. Holly, what's up, girl? John Wall. Meg, what's going on? Great job before. Cameron August. Doc Ho Lives. Twilight and Mist. And Alexis FL. Yo, yo, yo. I hope you're having a great day. Have a fantastic night. That's all we got for you guys. We will definitely see you tomorrow, probably in the same spot because we set it all up for this. And not sure what time we'll be there. Happy Wellness. Thanks. What up, Toka Marie?